Hi there, I'm Hans from Tappable. Welcome to Stories of Mobile Madness. Together, let's explore what is happening on mobile that affects media and marketing. Today, let's explain why TikTok may not be the fad app that people think it is, where Google hides its Easter eggs, why LVMH courted Rihanna, and how the Washington Post plans to take on Facebook and Google. Here's a few questions for you. How does Bayern Munich add 250,000 fans to its social media followers in less than a month? Or how do the United Nations generate 76 million views on their posts in merely 5 days? And what was Calvin Klein's best ever digital campaign? A campaign that performed 10 times better than the Justin Bieber campaign in 2015. Not because of their advertisements. Strangely enough, all of these mind-boggling figures come from a platform that doesn't even do any advertisements. It's because of TikTok. And the success is based on users participating in challenges. The true value for a brand on TikTok comes from mobilizing people to create and share what is essentially the brand's marketing message. If you, as a marketer, do it well, your fans will be both the creators and the distributors of your branded content. Anyone putting TikTok aside as just another one of these fad apps may have to reconsider. And don't forget that its huge following in China may also help you to introduce your brand into this notoriously difficult market. Someone told me recently that finding AMP stories on Google is like searching for Easter eggs. They're so scarce and so well hidden that they're extremely hard to find. In your Google search, you will see AMP stories listing ahead of other content. AMP stories also get more than twice the screen space of other search results. And on top of that, they have a preview of the first pages of your story. Your stories are caged and preloaded. They will appear instantly. But we're not there yet. At the AmpConf in Tokyo and at Google I/O, they demonstrated that AMP stories will be shown just underneath the search bar in a carousel that you can swipe through. They will also appear on Discover. The first verticals where you can expect this presentation format are travel, recipes, fashion, movies, games and TV series. Now we just need more AMP stories produced and published, and that's exactly what we're working on. Want to see some examples? Just hit the links in the description below. Want to create your own? Sign up for early access on tappable.co. Last Thursday, LVMH launched Rihanna's first collection under the Fenty brand. Online, of course, and only supported by a discreet pop-up store in Paris's Marais district, open for 2 weeks only. Items on offer have a price tag between 200 and 1200 euro, and that's way below the price levels of the other LVMH brands. So is LVMH killing the goose that lays the golden eggs? I don't think so. Fenty will essentially be an online brand targeted at new luxury buyers, mainly Gen Z, I expect. Different altogether from the customers that you will see in their Dior or Celine flagship stores on Avenue Montaigne, Via Monte Napoleone or Bond Street. More importantly, Rihanna brings her own customers to the brand and does her own marketing. All of her 70 million or so followers on Instagram will be ready to spend money on her collection from day one. Luxury fashion is going through a paradigm shift, driven by a social media platform that thrives on mobile. Instagram is dictating where luxury is heading. I think that with Rihanna, LVMH have just got themselves another goose that will be laying them golden eggs for a very long time. Anyone who claims that media is old-fashioned hasn't really been looking around lately. The Washington Post is slowly turning itself from a daily newspaper into a tech platform. With already 175 customers globally on their ARC CMS system, they are now opening up their Zeus programmatic ad platform. Zeus will be made available to publishers across the web. No worries if you don't have the skills. Their in-house sales and engineering teams will give you a hand. The Post is trying to kill two birds with one stone. Generating a new source of income is one, but they're also setting up a community of publishers with common interests through shared technology. And that, of course, is a move against the closed platforms of Facebook and Google. A very clever move indeed. Want more of these stories of mobile madness? Like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you next week.